Welcome to the news on NTA International. I am Norlene Ebel Ame, and my sign language interpreter is Taiwo Ozoma. Now the headlines. Nigeria joins the world in marking International Day of Zero Tolerance to Female Genital Mutilation. First Lady advocates total eradication. Germany partners Nigeria to upscale small and medium enterprises and job creation. Malawi plans to withdraw troops from the Democratic Republic of Congo. And now to the news in full. Nigeria is witnessing a surge in reverse medical tourism with patients from the United States and other countries seeking affordable and high-quality kidney transplants. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports that Vice President Kashim Shettima made the observation when the Nigerian Association of Nephrology visited him at the presidential villa ahead of the association's 37th scientific conference. The vice president attributed the choice of Nigeria for treatment to affordability and high-quality expertise within the country's medical community. He recalled healthcare initiatives he had embarked on during his tenure as governor of Borno State, as well as the success of ongoing free maternal care programs he introduced. He stressed the need for Nigeria to build its medical workforce, noting that when he was in Borno State as governor, he took 60 female students to study medicine in Sudan. Chairman of the local organizing committee for the 37th Scientific Conference and Annual General Meeting of the Nigerian Association of Nephrology, Dr. Olalekan Olatishe, says the conference with the theme Revolutionizing Kidney Care in Nigeria, evidence-based innovations will take place in Abuja from February 19 through 21, 2025. The association also announced plans to honor Vice President Shettima with the Kidney Champion Award in recognition of his advocacy and direct support for kidney patients. As part of its commitment to improving healthcare access, Zenith Medical and the Kidney Center recently partnered with Usmanu Danfodio University Teaching Hospital in Sokoto to perform a successful kidney transplant. Rather than see the violent practice of female genital mutilation as a problem that affects only women, the world must now wake up and see it for what it is, a human rights issue that affects all, eroding shared values of respect and dignity. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, stated this in her message marking this year's International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation and harps on the need for more collective action to protect the rights and dignity of girls and women. State House correspondent Adeni Taiwo reports.
Despite several efforts to rein in the practice of female genital mutilation, the numbers, which currently stands at over 20 million cases in Nigeria, are yet to add up for the country. It is feared that more than 40 million girls may still be subjected to this hurtful practice by 2030 if necessary steps are not taken.
Fellow Nigerians,
in a message marking this year's celebration of the International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu says ending FGM can only be achieved by building needed stakeholders coalition.
As we commemorate the 2025 International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation, FGM, with the theme Stepping Up the Pace, Strengthening Alliances and Building Movements to End FGM, we are reminded of our shared responsibility to protect the rights and dignity of girls and women. Although Nigeria has made significant strides towards eliminating FGM due to the collaborative efforts of the government, UNFPA, UNICEF Joint Program, civil society, traditional institutions, and community leaders, there is still much work to be done. We must recognize that every person, regardless of gender, deserves to live free from fear, discrimination, and violation.
She called on stakeholders to leverage on the theme for the celebration to achieve more for women and girls.
This year's theme calls for renewed commitment, stronger partnerships, and continued investment to end this harmful practice. Together, we will strengthen the movement against FGM by building alliances across sectors, empowering survivors, and ensuring that youth and women lead the charge.
Calling for unity of purpose, she describes the collective voice of Nigerians as the greatest strength for building a future where FGM no longer exists in the country. In the State House, Adeni Itaiwo, NTA News.
In a similar news, the National Human Rights Commission emphasizes the importance of uniting citizens, healthcare professionals, and other stakeholders to eradicate female genital mutilation in the country. This is coming as Nigeria joins the global community in observing Zero Tolerance Day for Female Genital Mutilation, FGM. Executive Secretary, National Human Rights Commission, Tony Ojukwu, says the Commission has consistently taken a leading role in combating the painful and harmful practice of FGM in Nigeria. Ojukwu also encouraged Nigerians to utilize the NHRC's toll-free hotline 6472 to report any instances of FGM and other human rights violation. Away from health to economy now, despite accounting for 40% of Nigeria's GDP, small and medium enterprises, SMEs, in the country continue to face significant challenges. But a new partnership between the federal government and Germany proffers solutions towards unlocking their potential. Nneka Oko reports that the collaboration is expected to provide Nigerian businesses access to German expertise, technology, and markets.
The partnership, facilitated by the IHK Gießen-Friedberg Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Germany, is to bridge the gap between Nigerian SMEs and their German counterparts. According to the president of the Gießen Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Dr. Matthias Lieder, the collaboration will focus on boosting economic cooperation between the two countries.
So we have to find a way, how can we be a strong Africa, a strong Europe, to react and to maybe even initiate own initiatives to counterbalance new trade barriers.
This meeting underscores the shared commitment of both countries to fostering sustainable economic development through enterprise-driven partnership.
The Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, who received the delegation, reaffirmed the federal government's commitment in this regard, saying the partnership aligns with the country's goal of inclusive economic growth, as the collaboration will provide Nigerian businesses with the necessary support to compete globally.
It's a timely idea, particularly given us in Nigeria. In the last 18 months, we have struggled hard to ensure that our economy is facing the right direction, and we have achieved success with that. But now we need hundreds of companies, not government. We need millions of small-scale enterprises that can prosper, that can have access to technology, credit, skill sets.
The IHK Gießen-Friedberg has already launched several initiatives to support Nigerian SMEs, including the Dual Vocational Education Project, an initiative designed to integrate key aspects of Germany's dual training system into Nigeria's workforce development. In Abuja, Nneka Oko, NTA News.
Still on training program, Nigeria is to partner with the German government to implement an innovative dual vocational training program as well as ensure that legal labor migration becomes the order of the day. The partnership is expected to ensure a reduction in the unemployment rate in the country. Olayinka Ojo reports.
Globally, available white-collar jobs are not enough to engage the teeming young population, and Nigeria is no exception. The dual vocational program is designed to empower Nigerian youths with marketable skills and jobs for the market to achieve economic growth. For the president of IHK Gibson Freiberg Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Germany, Matthias Leder, and the managing partner, who is the former Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, the dual vocational training system is a potential game changer for Nigeria.
There are companies in lack of workers, and they would receive the dual vocational training, and they can be sure if they pass the exam, they will have plenty of job offers.
It's an innovative and time-tested model that integrates both theoretical knowledge and hands-on practical experience within factories in Germany.
With plans to equip 7 million Nigerian youths with critical skills for the next 2 years, Minister of Youth Development Ayodele Olawande says government is committed to creating an environment that empowers young people to thrive and contribute to nation building through different programs.
We want this. We want it to work. We want the groups as fast, as unique as possible it can be. We are ready for this partnership. And we know that with these skills, if one Nigerian youth have at least 2 skills, we won't be where we are now.
IHK Gibson Freiberg initiated the Dual Vocational Education Project in 2012, a partnership designed to transfer key elements of German's renowned dual vocational training system to Nigeria. Olayinka Ojo, NTA News.
And elsewhere, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, has assured the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, of further support and renewed partnership in its ongoing efforts to rid the country of substance abuse and illicit drug trafficking. This is when the new country representative of UNODC in Nigeria, Mr. Sheikh Osmane Touare, met with the chairman of NDLEA, Brigadier General Muhammad Buba Marwa, at the agency's headquarters in Abuja to re-engage on how to cascade the successes recorded in drug war from the national level to the states. The UNODC country rep acknowledged the leadership role NDLEA plays in drug law enforcement in Africa and particularly the West African sub-region.
I'm here and I want to re-engage, redynamize, and revigorate our relationship so that it serves Nigeria, but also the rest of this sub-region.
The whole capacity building program of training, this is key to our work. We need more master trainers. The maritime outfit, they're doing very well.
As the ceasefire in Democratic Republic of Congo endures, President of Malawi, Lazarus Chakwera, has ordered the military to begin preparing to withdraw from peacekeeping mission. Kolo Mohammed has details.
The Malawian troops are part of the Southern African Regional Bloc's military mission deployed to the Democratic Republic of Congo to help tackle armed groups. At least 20 peacekeepers, including 14 South African and 3 Malawians, were killed last week as M23 rebels captured the key city of Goma, the capital of North Kivu province. President Chakwera said that his decision was meant to honor the declaration of ceasefire by the warring parties, even though the fighting is continuing. In a statement, he said the withdrawal of troops would pave way for their planned negotiations towards a lasting peace. Malawi Information Minister Moses Konkoyo said the planned withdrawal was made in good faith. He said a meeting with South African leaders in Tanzania had passed a resolution to call for a ceasefire from all parties in the conflict to pave way for peaceful negotiations. It is in pursuant of that agreement that the President of Malawi has seen it fit to contribute to the peace-building effort by withdrawing troops from the region for peaceful negotiations. Kulam Muhammad, NTA News.
You're watching the news on NTA International. We will take a break now. More stories shortly. Thank you for staying with us on the news on NTA International. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has announced leadership changes at several federal universities. At Yakubu Gowon University, former University of Abuja, President Tinubu dissolved the entire governing council and relieved Professor Aisha Sani Maikudi of her duties as Vice-Chancellor. Here is the report.
Senator Larry Tejosho, currently Pro-Chancellor of the University of Agriculture, Makurdi, has been appointed Pro-Chancellor of the Yakubu Gowon University. He will be succeeded in Makurdi by Senator Joy Emodi, now Pro-Chancellor of Alvani Koko University of Education. To succeed Maikudi, President Tinubu appointed Professor La Patricia Manko as acting Vice-Chancellor at the Yakubu Gowon University for a 6-month term. She will not be eligible to apply for the substantive Vice-Chancellor position when it becomes available. In addition, President Tinubu has removed Professor Polycarp Emeka Chibu from his position as acting Vice-Chancellor at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, UNN, before his tenure ends on February 14. Professor Ogwejofu Ujam has been appointed as his successor for 6 months and will not be eligible to apply for the permanent position. The leadership changes at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, extend to the role of Pro-Chancellor, with General Ike Nwachukwu reassigned to Pro-Chancellor at the University of Uyo. President Tinubu appointed Olubumi Kayode Ojo as the new Pro-Chancellor of UNN. Previously, Ojo held the same position at the Federal University of Lokoja and the Federal University of Oye Ekiti. Professor Zubeiru Tajo Abdullahi, currently the Pro-Chancellor of the University of Uyo, has been appointed to succeed Ojo at the Federal University of Lokoja. Senator Sani Stolz is the new Pro-Chancellor of Alvani Koko University of Education, succeeding Senator Joy Emodi. Senator Stolz is a council member at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Additionally, Olubenga Koyi, a current council member at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, has been appointed the new Pro-Chancellor of Nnamdi Azikiwe University in Awka, Anambra State. All appointments and reassignment duties are effective immediately. President Tinubu emphasizes that these changes reflect his administration's commitment to revitalizing Nigeria's higher education system through dynamic leadership and accountability. A release by Bayo Nanuga, Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, indicates that the restructuring aims to strengthen governance and academic excellence within Nigeria's tertiary education sector.
Still talking education, the National Council on Education, NCE, is advocating a strategic restructuring of Nigeria's education system to prioritize human capacity development driven by innovation, technology, and skills. This, they say, is essential to adopting a modern and adaptive approach to the sector's evolving challenges. Zenreng Dimum reports.
For years, Nigeria's education sector faced significant hurdles, and while the challenges remain daunting, stakeholders at this year's National Council on Education meeting are determined to devise effective strategies to tackle them head-on. Their goal is not just to improve the system, but to ensure its long-term sustainability and relevance in a rapidly changing world.
Dilapidated schools structures, lack of instructional materials, severe shortage of qualified teachers, inadequate teacher training programs, coupled with the socio-economic challenges in basic and post-basic schools across the state, makes the teaching and learning very difficult, if not impossible.
We must build a supportive, right-focused educational environment that is dedicated to enhancing the effectiveness and efficiency of education delivery, where our schools are well equipped and education become a veritable tool for generating the human capital that will drive Nigeria's economy.
Technical education can be said to have contributed to national development as it has become the determinant of cultural and industrial progress. Consequently, the aim of technical education in any nation include providing the technical knowledge and vocational skills necessary for agriculture, industrial, commercial, and economic development.
One of the key recommendations from the deliberations is the adoption of indigenous languages as the medium of instruction at the basic education level. Leveraging the present administration's Nigerian Education Sector Renewal Initiative, the Council aims to equip students with the necessary skills to drive industrialization and position Nigeria as a hub for technical excellence. In Abuja, Zenred Dingmoon, NTA News.
In other news, one of the key priority areas of the Renewed Hope infrastructure is motorable routes for Nigerians, and the federal government is committed to building the most enduring routes in Nigeria's history. The Minister of State for Works, Mohammed Bello Goronyo, gave the assurance while on a familiarization tour of the proposed permanent corporate headquarters office complex of the Federal Routes Maintenance Agency, FEMA, along Airport Route. Usman Zubairu has more.
The Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, has been in existence for over 22 years to administer road maintenance with objectives of keeping all federal roads in good and safe condition. For over the years, the capacity of staff and office accommodation are challenges the agency has been faced with.
And over the years, the staff numbers have grown. So we're having capacity issues in our present location.
This proposed site is for development of a new corporate headquarters for the agency. The project is still under procurement process before it will be forwarded to the Executive Council for consideration.
Place, the location, you can see that is acquired. Only what we need is approval of it.
While at the agency's head office, the Minister of State for Works had interaction with staff and management on the need to double efforts in delivering the mandate of President Tinubu's Renewed Hope road infrastructure for Nigerians.
FEMA is one critical agency that is doing a lot of, work to ensure that it delivers on this mandate.
It is expected that this visit by Minister of State for Works will inject additional vigor and commitment in delivering accessible road networks for Nigerians. Usman Zubairu, NTA News.
On safety, the campaign against road traffic crashes in the country has now been taken to motor parks nationwide by Federal Road Safety Corps alongside the National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, to rid the parks of sales of drugs and illicit substances with the emphasis of the Don't Drink and Drive agenda. Oyeyemi Ajayi was at the Jabi Motor Park and files in this report.
It might seem like a regular discussion at the park, but moving closer, one could deduce enough that the motive is to positively impact and reorientate these drivers and motorists. A rare visit by the FRSC Corps Marshal to the Jabi Park with a major message against road traffic crashes in the country. He believes talking to these transporters himself will send the message deeper, hence no need to delegate the responsibilities. It's also an opportunity to have first-hand information from the commuters themselves.
Collaborated together to be here and meet with the members of this garage to be able to partner with them to make sure that we sensitize them, we talk to them about the illicit, the danger the devastating consequences of using drug while driving.
This is quite a multi-sectoral sensitization that also includes the NDLEA and NESDRA. Now, the essence here also states the responsibility put before them, talking about the ensuring a safe and cleaner environment. The cleanliness of the park is of utmost importance. Touring the park to intimate them on these facts and the well-being of the drivers is quite important in ensuring safety on the roads while campaigning against drinking and driving.
We have noticed over time that the motor parks are housing very dangerous substances as drinks, which are not good for consumption, particularly by persons who are about to take control of vehicles.
Issue of use of drugs, particularly by drivers, is worrisome, and this attitude affects their health as individuals.
We need to work together, leverage on our strengths as institutions, and make the work a little easier.
As the visitors drive out of the premises, the message is expected to not just remain with these drivers, but carry out their daily activities with safety consciousness to achieve a safe motoring public. Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
And that concludes the news on NTA International. I am Nolin Ebel Ame, and my sign language interpreter has been Taiwo Ozoma. Do have a lovely night rest.